Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to learn how to play Splendor Duel. Now, this is going to be the two-player version of Splendor, and this game here is going to be published by Space Cowboys. In this game, it's going to be the same idea as Splendor. You're trying to collect gems to give you discounts to get bigger things. You're trying to sway the royals over to your team, and you're going to try to be the first to one of the end game goals. So let's go ahead down the table, and I'm going to show you how to play Splendor Duel. All right, so this is Splendor Duel. In Splendor Duel, you're going to be trying to be the first to 20 points, or have 10 of these crowns, or have 10 points in one column here to win the game, and you'll immediately win the game of this two-player game. We'll go over what that means in a minute here, but setup for the game is super easy. You're going to place out this tile here that shows your scoring, your winning conditions basically. You're going to place out your 4 different royals that are available in the game, and you're going to place out this board here where you're going to place your gems. You're going to put all your gem tokens, which are going to be these guys right here, into this gem bag and shuffle it up real good. You're going to place out these 3 privilege scrolls here, and you're going to place out the deck 3 on top, 2, and 1, and shuffle all 3. Then you're going to place out 3. You're going to sort of make like a little bit of a pyramid here. You're going to place out 3 of the level 3, 4 of the level 2. So I'll have 4. Let's move these over a little bit so it looks like a little bit of a pyramid here. We'll have 4 of the level 2 out. And we're going to put it out 5 of the level 1. All right. In addition to that, we're going to place out these gems on the board, and we're going to follow this arrow pattern here for placing out the gems. So we'll start here, and we'll start placing out these gems, following that arrow, winding it your way around this board. You'll also place out these 3 privilege tokens up here. And after this board here is set up, you're going to randomly determine who's going to be the start player here. And the player who was not set as the start player will get a privilege scroll. So that will go to the other player. You'll place this bag back out because you're going to need it throughout the game. And you're ready to go. On your turn, you have a couple things you can do. The first thing you do is you have 2 optional actions. One optional action is if you have one of these privilege scrolls, you can return it and gain any 1 gem on here or pearl, but you can never gain a gold that way. You can replenish the game board. So as time goes by here, this board here is going to have the gems taken out of it, and it's going to be going back in that bag as they get spent. And at some point, you're going to want to place what's in the bag back on the board. So you're going to do this before you pick, so you get an advantage. So if you pick the replenished one, and you're going to start from the first open space in this arrow pattern and go on out, which I'll show you again when we get into the game here, the other opponent will gain one of these privilege tokens for you doing that, which is shown with this icon here. Those are the 2 optional actions you can take. Other than that, you have to take 1 mandatory action, and there's 3 different mandatory actions you can take. You can take up to 3 tokens, you can take 1 gold token and reserve a gem card, or you can purchase a gem card. Okay, so if you're taking up to 3 of these here, you can't take any of these gold, and you can take either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, and you can take up to 3. So they have to be adjacent to each other. They can't be broken up, so there can't be a space between them. You can't pass between the gold here because you can't pick it up. You could just pick up 3 here, so I could pick 3 in a straight line. Now, as shown on this board here, if you get 2 pearls when you pick up, you have to give a privilege token to the other player. If you get 3 of the same type of gem, you're going to have to give a privilege token to the other player. And that's your 1 action. You can grab some of these here. The other action you can do is you can take one of these gold, and this is the only way that you can take gold, and they also can never be taken from you. And you can then reserve one of these cards. You can do this up to 3 times. You can have up to 3 reserved cards at any one time, and you're just going to grab the card you want and flip it face down. And then you'll flip another one out. The third thing you can do is you can purchase a gem. If you have the gems that you need, so let's say this is a little later on in the game, and I have these guys out here. So I have all these gems. Now, you can only ever have up to 10 gems. At the end of your turn, if you have over 10 gems, you have to return so many to the bag. Now, with these here, I can purchase one of these. I can't use a gold as a pearl, but I do have a pearl, 2 greens, and I can use this gold as anything else. So I can use it as this blue, and I can have enough to purchase this card and put it in my tableau. Now, that's the 3 different actions you can have. You're going to put those purchased tokens, or the tokens used for purchasing, back into the bag. Now, there's a couple things that you're going to get with these cards. Sometimes they have a special ability, which we'll go over in a little bit, that immediately happens. And a lot of them have a discount. So now that I have this in my tableau, this always counts as a permanent diamond that I never have to pay. So I can use that. If I pick up this card, I can discount this by 1. This already costs 1, so I don't have to pay any diamonds when purchasing this card. And that's going to be how you're going to get into these upper levels here. A couple other things with acquiring cards. If you acquire a card with this symbol here, you can only place it in a row that already exists. So if I only had diamonds and I got this card, it can only go here, and it will count as a diamond for the rest of the game. In addition, 2 other things on this card, we have these crowns, and these crowns on here are going to help you for one of the end game win conditions. So if I get 10 crowns on in my tableau, I immediately win. The other things that are on this card here is you're going to have points. So this counts towards one of the other 2 win conditions. If I have 20 points, so I add up numbers and I have 20 in my area, I will win with this condition. But in one row, so all the diamonds or whatever, if I have 10 points, I can also win. That's how you get to the 3 different win conditions. So what's some other things to keep in mind? Well, these special abilities. Let's go over those. So this special ability right here will let me take another turn, and that's very cool. This special ability says I can place this card so that it overlaps a jewel card with a bonus. Treat this card as though it was the same color. So again, out of focus here, but with this one right here, I can place it with another card that has a bonus on there, and it will be treated as that bonus. All right, then we also have some of these royals here. I'll show you in a second. This one here lets you take a privilege token. Now, if there's no tokens available on here, you will take it from your opponent. And if you have all of them, then you're good. You should be spending them. There's also this icon right here that says take 1 gem or pearl token from your opponent, but not gold. If your opponent has no such tokens, ignore this effect. And again, you cannot take gold. There is one more icon here. Let's see right here. Take 1 token matching the color of this card from the board, so green. If that doesn't exist on the board, you don't get to do it. Now, a couple other things that you're going to run into the game is, I just alluded to these guys here. Well, these guys are going to be awarded to you when you get so many crowns in your tableau. In this case, if I have 3 crowns, I can pick one of these 4 here, and I immediately get the points that this gives me. And if I pick one with a instant action, that also happens. Now, the next time I can get one is when I hit 6 crowns, I'll get my second one. And that's as many as you can get. You can get up to 2 royals in a game. And that's how those guys function. All right, so I want to go back to a couple things here. We're going to take some of these out here and pretend the board looks like this. Now, as one of my optional actions, as you noticed from the beginning part of the how to play here, I could have refreshed this board here. So if I want to replenish the board, I would take all my tokens out and I would place them on the board. And I'm going to follow from the middle and follow this arrow line as best I can here. And those will get placed out on the board. And then I can go about my turn normally. Advantage to this is the pearls here. There's only ever 2 pearls in the game, so when they get spent, you're going to want to try to get them out of the bag there so you can get them, and you are in prime you will get if you do that. So that is really cool. Also, additionally, I did mention up to 3. So later on, let's say the other player pick these 3, but I really want to get the pearl. I can take just 1. I could just take this pearl instead of 3. So I can do up to 3 on my turn. So that's another important thing to remember. Also, when you replenish the board, don't forget on this board here, you will give the other opponent the privilege token. All right, to recap, to win the game, all you're going to need to do is have 20 points. So you're going to get those points from this part of the cards here, or some of the royals you might pick up throughout the game. In addition, you could win the game by having enough of these crowns here to equal 10, and then you immediately win. Additionally, you could win the game if you have up to 10 points in one of your columns, and your columns are going to be of the different gems. So you can't make additional green columns. They all have to go together, same with the other colors. And anytime you grab a card from here, you will flip this over. Another thing to remember is you can never have a gold stolen from you, but the only way that you get it is reserving cards. Additionally, the advantage to reserving cards is if you think your opponent's going to get a card that you want, you can grab it before you're ready just to ensure that you can get it. Plus, you also get that gold token to help pay for it. When you purchase a card from this tableau here, you can also purchase it from instead purchase it from your reserved card. So if I had this flipped over, I could instead purchase this and put it out. And that is it. We're going to continue going until someone meets the win condition and then they win the game. And that's how you play Splendor Duel. Thank you for watching.